So I received a variety of dairy products, which included a tub of yogurt from this company, Biru, and I was intrigued. If I look at a plain, full-fat yogurt offerings in the market, those that contain only fresh milk and live bacteria, I find this brand's fat content falls right in the middle, while its protein content is among the highest. It could be defined as Greek-style yogurt in Europe, but only halfway to the norms in the US. Something hit me right at the moment. Maybe I can create a healthy yogurt cheesecake using yogurt only, because look at the curd, it's encouraging. So after consuming 4 kilograms of yogurt, from the initial idea of mimicking a fast-burnt cheesecake to undergoing 4 more rounds of testing and refining, here I present you this Greek yogurt cheesecake. First off, you need to make some Greek yogurt. Put a strainer over a 4-cup measuring bowl, top of a straining cloth. Spoon the yogurt onto the cloth. Stir in the yogurt before straining will help expedite the process. You'll notice yogurt is still quite thick after stirring. Gather the 4 corners of cloth to cover the yogurt. From now on, you may either tie it up and hang it in the kitchen or just leave it in a strainer. If you don't plan to use it on the same day, put it in the refrigerator to drip overnight. Remember to give it a stir occasionally. I just put it on a counter, and this is after 2.5 hours. Currently, there's 400 ml whey collected, and my goal is 500 ml. So I just used my hands to squeeze out more whey, which took me 5 minutes to reach the target. The cloth should remain clean. Even though some curd clings to it, it's easy to scrape off using a spoon. Flop a bow on top, flip, then remove the cloth. And there you have the Greek yogurt we'll be using. Look how clean the cloth is. Now, take a 6-inch removable cake pan and generously graze the sides and bottom with softened butter. Place a piece of parchment paper on bottom, then tightly wrap the pan with aluminum foil. Set it aside. Making the cake is super easy. In a mixing bowl, weigh out 320 grams of Greek yogurt we just made. To that, add 55 grams of fine sugar. Use an electric beater to beat it thoroughly for about 3 minutes. The yogurt mixture should become thick and creamy. When lifted, it should form peaks resembling stiffly beaten egg whites or whipping cream. Now add 1 large egg yolk. Beat on low and beat thoroughly. Then crack in 1 large egg and beat for at least 30 seconds. Followed by another large egg. Continue beating till fully incorporated. Use a rubber spatula to scrape its sides and then mix it again. Next, sift in 10 grams of cornstarch. Don't turn on beater yet. Instead, use the blooms to gently combine the starch until there are no obvious white bits visible. Then turn on the beater to fully incorporate the starch. This will help prevent flour from scattering and creating mass. Scrape the sides of the bowl and give it another mix. Lastly is about flavorings. First, add 1 teaspoon vanilla paste. Mine has real vanilla seeds in it, so they will show through in the cake. Beat well. And then grate 1 lemon zest and add it to the mixture. The zest imparts a delightful flavor, so I wouldn't recommend skipping it, especially in such a straightforward cake, where each ingredient plays a significant role. Use a rubber spatula to mix everything thoroughly. The batter should have this texture. Pour the batter to the prepared cake pan from at least 30 centimeters high. Use a stick to make swirls in the batter to remove any big bubbles. Then tap the cake on the counter a few times, turn 90 degrees and tap it again. Then put it in the oven preheated at 160 degrees Celsius and bake for about 15 minutes. Watch the cake from the 45th minute. If it hasn't risen to the top of the pan, it's not ready. But once it does, take it out of the oven. The cake can still wobble a little. Don't worry if it soon shrinks, it's normal. Once it cools, put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours before enjoying it. Use a cake stripping knife or a paring knife to release the cake from the pan. Let's cut a slice and see how it looks. It's incredibly moist, isn't it? The vanilla seeds also add an intriguing touch to its appearance. Let's take another close look. The cake has the rich flavor of classic cheesecake, but it's more refreshing. What's also important is its fat content is much lower than that of a traditional cheesecake. If you want to know whether the cake is overbaked, taste aside. If it's leathery, crumbly, and eggy, you may need to adjust the baking temperature and baking time. Before I wrap up, I need to mention the straining rate of yogurt. If you use this tub as is, you'll get a yield of slightly over 45% of Greek yogurt per tub, to achieve the required consistency for the cake. But if you prefer to make your own yogurt, I find using this fresh milk Super 15 results in similar consistency and a straining rate as Greek yogurt. If you're interested in making better yogurt, please check out my previous video, 4 ways of making yogurt. However, if you use milk like Milbok, 冰博客, with higher fat and protein, the result will be even thicker, and you will strain out 10% less whey to achieve a similar consistency. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more in the future. Ciao.